Imagine if you were arrested for not getting off of a bus seat. Well, that is exactly what happened to Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was a great person. When Rosa was a child, she was not rich but very poor. She was still lucky in two ways because she had a family, but not just any family that loved her and was kind to her. She had a brother that was 2.5 years older than she. Rosa's brother's name was Sylvester McCall. You would probably think that Rosa looked up to him, but instead, Sylvester looked up to Rosa, even though she was younger. Rosa was so brave. She always stood up for Sylvester. Rosa's mother's name was Leona Edwards. She was very loving and took care of the kids dearly. She did not spend much time out of the house. She cooked, cleaned, and provided good meals. Rosa's dad, James Macaulay, was a good man. He also cared for the kids. It was hard for him to find jobs. That is why they were quite poor. Rosa understood that they were poor, so she did the most she could to help. When Rosa grew up, she developed a sense of education. Rosa's education was not the best, but she was still lucky enough to go to college. Rosa's brother did not get to go to college, but he grew and joined the army. When Rosa was 19, she tried to vote for president but failed. She tried 2 more times, but only on the third time she got the certificate. That's how much the discrimination was against Black people. When she was in her mid-30s, she joined the NAACP, which was the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Rosa Parks is remembered because she had kept her dream and didn't give up. Some of Rosa's experiences are gigantic like this one. Rosa was getting on a bus heading to work. She was 42, so she was experienced with going to work on a bus. When she was loading on the bus, sat in the colored section. After a few stops, it got crowded and there weren't enough spots for white people, so they needed the seats Rosa was sitting in. But Rosa did not budge, so they arrested her. Rosa stayed in jail for just a day. Rosa and the NAACP did a boycott where no Black would go on the bus. They would have to walk or bike to school or work. They showed people that if there were no Black people on the buses, they would not function. Rosa married Raymond Parks, someone who worked at the NAACP. That is how Rosa got involved in the NAACP. She made African Americans tougher by not letting themselves get bullied by white people. By looking at the people, events, and ideas that influenced Rosa Parks, we can see that she stood up to those who were wrong and lifted a life-lasting legacy in the area of equality.